I grew my TikTok from 0 to 220,000 followers in just 16 months. And here are the 10 most important things that I learned. Number 1, the packaging matters more than anything else. Pretty much every idea has been done. Thousands and thousands of other creators have spoken about the importance of sleep or how to make $10,000 a month. If you deliver the same information in the same way, you're competing for the same views. But when you create a unique delivery system, a unique packaging or format, then there's no competition and you get crazy views. Here's an example from my account. Steal these viral hooks. Famous person just made a huge mistake.
Logan Paul just made a huge mistake calling out this brand.
Same idea that other people have spoken about with unique packaging equals massive views. Number 2, make universal content. Symbols over words, simple over complex. I studied all of the biggest accounts on TikTok and they all have one thing in common. They either don't speak at all, or if they do speak, it's at grade 5 level or below. And all of these creators rely heavily on non-verbal communication, so images, symbols, facial expressions, sound effects, etc., etc. By doing this, they make their content universally loved. Now, I'm not telling you to make your quantum physics videos non-verbal. I'm telling you to lean on images and symbols and to bring down the grade level of your content. If you can make your content more universally understood and loved, you'll not only make it more accessible to non-native speakers and those outside your niche, you'll also make it more engaging and more memorable for those within your niche. 3, stop polishing turds. If you have 5 hours to make a piece of content, 3 hours should go into the ideation and the packaging and the scripting, and just 2 should go into the editing. But most people skip on the packaging altogether, spend about 2 minutes on the idea, 1 minute on the hook, and then ad-lib the rest of the video. Then they spend about 4 hours and 50 minutes polishing a turd. 4, culture and context is key. Every single platform has a unique context and culture. If you ignore it, like I used to, you'll hamper your growth. Each platform pushes its creators to make certain types of content. This is usually because they have a new feature and they want to incentivize its use, or they believe that time on platform will increase with certain types of content and therefore boost creators using them. I used to see these new formats as low value, but they're only low value if you label them as such. If instead you ask, how can I make this format incredibly valuable to my audience? You enter an open creative state that will allow you to identify ways to ride the wave without selling out. Now, I do think that high quality story-driven content will win the day in the end. Fads and trends come and go, so I'll continue to hone my craft, but it no longer needs to be this either or thing. Riding these waves will absolutely speed up the growth of your account and your business. And then you can use that growth to reinvest into the harder, more creative ideas. 5, validate your ideas on other platforms. All I did to get to 50K was go onto Reddit and find ideas that were already validated. Then I'd hop onto TikTok, green screen it, and give my hot take. All you need to do is surface the most upvoted content, and then you'll immediately see what people actually care about. 6, looking at creators in your niche too much is a race to the bottom. Looking at creators in your niche is a great way to get started, but very, very quickly it caps your growth, because you're competing for a smaller and smaller share of the pie as all the creators in your niche start to copy each other. Truly original content has no competition. 7, the hook isn't just what you say. All the best creators rely heavily on visual hooks because we process images 100 times faster than we process words. This is particularly important in your hook. Here's a video of me explaining this a few weeks ago. I've studied thousands of viral hooks and discovered a formula you can steal. And guess what? The most important thing isn't what you say. When you've got just 2 seconds to convince someone whether to keep watching or not, it's time to get the scissors out. All right, let's say this is your video's hook. Whoa, this is the craziest tip for skiers hitting the slopes this winter. Impress your friends with this. It's called Big Twister, and it looks like this. Here's the issue. Most people decide whether or not they're gonna stick around in the first 2 seconds. So if you take 8 seconds to explain your point, they're already gone. Now, if we do this instead and have these on top of each other instead of side by side, now we have a crazy value stack that happens in 2 seconds or less. This is the Big Twister. You see how quickly this captures attention and makes people way more likely to stick around. Number 8, analyzing hooks. I spent about 50 hours analyzing 50,000 hooks. And if you want to go viral, here's what you need to know. Keep it short, less than 6 characters ideally. Keep it 5th grade level. Keep it funny, keep it fear-based or negative. If you swear in your hook, it'll perform better. And use the word you as soon as you can. 9, once you have a video go viral, reverse engineer it. Most people post again and again, and then one video randomly goes viral, and then they just ignore it, they move on. This is the completely wrong thing to do. Success leaves clues in a way that failure doesn't. There are powerful lessons to be learned in your successful videos. So go back to them, go frame by frame, and try and reverse engineer why they work. Then turn those ingredients into a viral template. Then you can just plug and play your new ideas into your viral format, and away you go. Lastly, number 10. If you don't feel it, they definitely won't. Energy is conductive, and so whatever you feel, your audience will feel too. If you say, this was the worst moment of my life, then it will confuse people. What you say and how you say it need to be consistent. We need to see that you feel what you're saying. And if you don't, we'll either skip it because it seems boring or weird.